the extreme version of other cases which are less extreme. Okay, I give you the example. Okay, sorry for those who've heard it thousands of times. I always give the same example, but it works well. It was the example before I was a nun. I was in high school. I had a crush on someone. You know, I had a crush on a guy. And he wasn't interested, so my crush grew stronger, of course. And there was a sense this person is so wonderful. It was almost like they had a halo of wonderfulness. And the wonderfulness extended to his backpack. Even his backpack was attractive. You know, it was like, it was so strong, a sense of like, I projected such positiveness on that person. And of course, this person had positive qualities. I'm sure about it. I didn't get to know all of them. It never happened. But yeah, there was this, there were definitely, but those blew up. My mind didn't take to mind any negative qualities, because if I had to take in mind he was a serial killer, which he wasn't, but you know, it wouldn't have been attached. So I totally ignored any negative qualities and just focused on positive qualities and blew them up a little more, such that even his backpack was attractive. And how do I know I did that? Well, I found out by way of, you know, it never came together. I don't know what happened. He maybe left the school or whatever, but I saw him again a year later. And I was thinking, what did I see in this guy? Because now the attachment was gone, the desire was gone, the affliction was gone. And my mind was not projecting, was no longer blowing up what's actually not there. So then I wondered, I saw that last year. I saw these qualities, but where are they? Well, where are they? Well, they were never there in the first place. I created them, my mind created them. And I believed they were there. Because I was not attached to the appearance in my mind, I was attached to the person. I thought they existed over there. So my mind adds not only a separate existence, not only does it, but then it may exaggerate positive qualities, it creates, it exaggerates a positiveness, an attractiveness. The stronger my desire, the stronger my attachment, the more my mind creates what I would want to be there. It creates those. And then it was totally unrealistic. And no wonder, you know, once I get to know the person, I go, oh shoot, what did I do? Where's that person? They changed. Maybe they were never like that in the first place. It was just my projection. Total projection. Anger works the same way. I think we have to take a break. Okay, discussion over teaching, 15. Okay, we are 15. Then we have half an hour break. 15 minutes break. Then there's a talk. 15 minutes, then there's a talk, then there's a Dana and book sale, and then meditation. That means I have an hour. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh no, let me talk about anger, because I want to do a meditation on anger. Does that? Okay, because it's a very effective meditation, yeah? So, is there anyone who's never had anger? Okay. So, anger doesn't mean just resentment. I mean, it doesn't mean that's full-blown anger, but resentment. Anger works very similarly, but it's more destructive than anger. In the sense that anger means like you look at a person, again, there's a sense there's a separate person, and now whatever negative qualities we associate that with this person, they are blown up. And they're projected sometimes. I don't even know the person. But even with people we're very close to, we can get very angry. And in that moment, we only see the negative. So if you watch your own anger, it's not your rational mind. It's that mind that is angry. You see, and how do I know this happens? Because I've been in a situation where I was very angry with someone. And then someone said, but hello, this person is actually really nice. They did such and such. And I'm like, don't say that. I'm angry with them. It's like you can't be angry if you start focusing on a positive quality. If you just found out they saved your life a week ago, I mean, how much angry are you going to be? You can't be. Because your anger just blows up. It just zooms in onto one quality, believes it's really there. It's not just you kind of imputing it on something, because what you perceive as a negative quality, someone else may not perceive it as such. It's relative. Relative from the side of the perceiver. Right? Of course, yes, okay, killing and stealing and so forth, we call it negative because it creates suffering. So yeah, that is there. But that's not the person. We also see that person and the negative quality as one. Right? Not only do we perceive a separate person, we also perceive whatever is negative about them as being identical. In the same way as sometimes we identify with certain... Yeah, so Our mind is not very logical when it comes down to those emotions. Sometimes there seem to be one, sometimes I think it's my emotion, and sometimes I'm feeling I'm this, right? Actually, we are not our afflictive emotions. They're just different afflictive emotions, and the I is imputed on each one of them, but not identical with them. Right? And they come and go and come and go, and they're changing all the time. So the I is changing all the time, but the self, I possess those things. The I is imputed on the basis of those, but it's not identical. But the same is true for the other person. But our mind plays tricks on us all the time. It appears this way, it appears that way. Neither of those ways, they're actually contradictory. And still, it appears that way. Right? So anger is a good example, and anger is the most destructive. Anger is very destructive. For many reasons. Of course, it leads to hatred, it leads to war, it leads to, greediness, it leads to deception, it leads to so many horrible things. But on top of it, if we have accumulated, and we accumulate positive actions too, like karmic imprints, but when we're angry, full of anger, the longer it is there, the more it can destroy positive karma we've accumulated previously. So what a shame. We worked so hard, we've done so many positive things, and they're destroyed by that. Anger is so destructive. So that's why I thought I'd do the meditation, the meditation on anger. I lead you through it, the way we did it yesterday. It's an analytical meditation. And sometimes people have a sense, analytical meditation. I'm already thinking so much. Why do I need to add more thinking? Some people like to just do stabilizing meditation, because it makes you feel good in that moment. But that's just another attachment. And one of my teachers, he explained this idea. He said, look, if there is something, we misperceive reality. For example, I said this yesterday, so for those who weren't here yesterday. If I misperceive reality, I don't perceive it as it really is. Does it help me to just focus on one object? For example, if I believe there's a snake underneath my bed, right? And I have fear because of the snake underneath my bed. If I focus just on the breathing in that moment, okay, maybe the fear for some moment will kind of decrease, but my fear of the snake, because I still believe there's a snake there, so it's better to look for the snake. It's better to look for it, and then the fear will go on its own. So that is through analysis. If you have the possibility to right away see there is no snake, lucky. But if you can't, then you analyze, you examine, does it make sense or not? So that's why we do these analysis. We analyze and see, is it really possible that things exist the way they appear to us? And when we come to see, no, it's actually not there, we come to see reason, then we're able to let go. Okay? So that's the kind of meditation I want to do in the break. And sorry I took some of your time, but the break will be now, from now on. Is it okay? Yeah.
So I want more, I don't want to break.
Okay. I'll let you, yeah, there'll be more.